Good morning. I hope you're having a great time. Um, I'm also having a great time, and it's very unfortunate that we have to be learning in unfortunate circumstances like this. Without wasting time, today we are going to learn the uses of punctuation marks, commas, dashes, and hyphens. Commas, dashes, and hyphens. Sorry, yeah, it's supposed to be hyphens. Okay, sorry. All right. So we have the commas, dashes, and the hyphens. All right. So commas, dashes, and the hyphens. So this is just a sort of revision, yeah. Uh, and you have your notes in your exercise books. You will have to refer to those notes. So just I'm going to have a quick revision on how these punctuation marks are used. So we know the comma, yeah. It's very mundane, yeah, the comma. Yeah, something like that, right? A little thing there, something like that. So the comma, how do we? It has so many uses, yeah, and you need to master those uses for you to be a good writer, because the comma can have a profound function on your writing, and can have a profound effect on your writing, a very big effect on your writing. So the first use of a comma is that what does it do? It is used for listing things. So you use a comma for listing. That's the very most common things for use of a comma. As you remember how we did it. For example, I have fish, comma, rice, comma, and what? And say for example, flour. For you to be able to list or separate the list of items, you use a comma. I hope that is clear. And then we have the other use of a comma. We have it as it can also be used to separate two adjectives, isn't it? You have two adjectives. You can use a comma to separate the two. So I have damp, a thick, damp fog blanketed the coastline. A thick, damp fog blanketed the coastline. So here, thick and damp are what? So thick and damp, right? These are all what? Adjectives, right? So we use the comma to separate between the two adjectives, right? Another use here, we have a comma can be used to separate a parenthetical clause. You remember what a parenthetical clause is? We learned in class. We did that in class. Okay, so if you have a parenthetical clause, how does it look like? You can say, for example, Dago, comma, the tall boy, comma, came in class. So the tall boy is describing what? Is describing Tago, okay? The tall boy, Tago, and then you have blah, right? A comma, and then you continue here, isn't it? But this part here is the parenthetical clause, right? So the parenthetical clause here can be separated from the rest of the sentence with the what? With a comma. Can be separated from the rest of the sentence using a comma. I hope everything is clear. Alright. So a comma is very, very important here. And also, how can you use a comma if you have an introductory word? Presently, comma, Tom is studying mathematics. So here, presently, the word presently is an introductory word. So you have to use a comma to separate it from the rest of the sentence. Presently, comma, Tom is studying mathematics, full stop. Alright? So here, the comma can also set off this what? This introductory word. And then we have the dashes here. We have the dashes. The dashes are also very important here. Dashes are also very important. Let me write here, dashes. So the dashes, what do they do? So the dashes are also very important. How? Because the dashes can show an abrupt change, break in thought. You do remember I said abrupt break in thought. So you want to show that there's a thought here. You can use a dash, for example. Your prize will be to go to Atlanta, assuming you win the contest. Your prize will be to go to Atlanta. Dash, assuming you win the contest. You win the contest. So here, assuming you win the contest is what is an afterthought, right? So you put a dash to set it off. So you can say here, your prize. Or rather, let me type it. Sorry. Sorry here. Your prize will be to go to Atlanta. So here, as you can see here, there's a dash here, which is what? Showing that there's an abrupt change in thought, assuming you win the context. Alright? So you do know all the rules about this one here. This is just a revision. I hope you shouldn't have to go very fast. And then you can also use a dash to set off a long explanatory statement. Right? So you, in the middle of the sentence, say you may have a certain type of explanation. Yeah. So this explanation needs to be set off by what the dashes. Ocean currents. Obviously, you wouldn't know what an ocean current is. Maybe you've heard of it, but how can you explain it? So you can say ocean currents dash. The tendency of oceans waters to move in a certain direction dash puzzled early navigators. I've seen that one. So here, the tendency of ocean waters to move in a certain direction is describing what? Currents. I use that same example in your notes. You can go back and refer to it. Yeah. All right. So then we have the hyphens. The hyphens, what do they do? The hyphens commonly used, but it's something that is commonly used, but many people don't understand or don't know how they are used, right? So you hyphenate a word for words for purposes. So for example, number one, yeah. If you have compound numbers from 21 to 99, you use what? A hyphen. So for example, 35. You see right here. 35. Have you seen that one? This is a compound number, right? So from number 21 to 99, these are all compound numbers. So you use what? A hyphen, okay? And also use them for fractions rather. Use dashes for fractions. For example, if you have a fraction 3/5, 3/5, huh? Here, 3/5, fifths, right? Okay, and you can use a dash for what? For certain time, for certain compound nouns. For example, timeout. All right, so on and so forth. So for you, what I'm expecting you right now, I'll need you to go back to your notes. Yeah, revise them, study them. You know what my number is. If you have any problem, you can ask me. Okay. I hope you had a nice class. And for your homework, it's page 23. You have find page 23. You're going to find a paragraph, yeah, in the box. You are going to rewrite that paragraph using the correct punctuation. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.